Greetings and welcome to MHEC Signs an Agreement with Oracle, Sourcing Activity and Highlights. My name is Nathan Sorensen. I am the Director of Government Contracts for the Midwestern Higher Education Compact. Joining us today is Jim Zamitis, Vice President for Oracle. After a brief overview of the sourcing activities, Jim will provide the highlights of how to leverage this contract with Oracle. We are excited to announce our contract with Oracle. Before we get into the details of the Oracle agreement, I want to briefly introduce you to our organization, the Midwestern Higher Education Compact, and its contracting authority, MHEC's sourcing process, and finally, leave you with some resources to learn more about this opportunity. Throughout the presentation, we will entertain questions through our chat feature and follow up individually as necessary. As a reminder, we will be posting this webcast to our YouTube channel, which will be accessible through our mhechtech.org website. First, to help you understand our contracting authority and why MHEC is involved with these technology contracts, it's best to have a better understanding about our organization. We are an interstate compact charged with advancing Midwestern higher education through interstate cooperation and resource sharing. The Midwestern Higher Education Compact is one of 4 regional compacts in the United States, with each having their own niche for addressing issues and advocating for education. Often referred to as MHEC, our niche was rooted in cost savings programs created by and supported by stakeholders from the 12 Midwestern states. MHEC has agreements in place to extend our technology cost savings programs to the New England Board of Higher Education, the Southern Regional Education Board, and to the Western Interstate Commission for Higher Education. There are 3 states not covered by any of the compacts: New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Now, you may be asking yourself, what is a compact? It is really a contract amongst the states. This legislation that was passed in each state makes us an instrumentality of state government in the 12 member states. Essentially, this contract amongst the states allows them to work across state borders without getting the federal government involved. Similarly, the other compacts have been statutorily created. Think of us as the Department of Administration for Minnesota, for example, but also for Wisconsin, Illinois, Ohio, and so on. The compact's contracting authority sits in between the state and federal government for supporting the education community. We are very selective in the types of contracts that we pursue. Our programs range from technology solutions to property insurance, student health care, out-of-state tuition reciprocity, and policy research. What makes the compact unique, in our case, to the education community, is its broad contracting authority created in each of its member states. The compact is not a group purchasing organization or a marketing firm. The compact is a means for stakeholders in the member states to collaborate on identifying regional issues and committing resources to leverage the solution through the compact's statutory authority. That's why we're here today. We are very selective in the types of technology that we pursue. Vendors are vetted through an open competitive solicitation, prepared and evaluated by your peers, with contracts awarded based on the criteria and applicable law. MHEC then enters into agreements for the benefit of its member states, effectively letting eligible entities within those states access to MHEC's contracts, while expediting the procurement process with the flexibility to amend the terms to best meet their needs. Our goal here is to identify those areas that we can bring value, and as a result will be something that an individual institution may not be able to replicate on its own. But because we are working together across state lines, regionally, and now nationally, we can bring value that wouldn't have otherwise been there. MHEC has positioned many contract benefits for your institution. Contracts are established through an open competitive solicitation process following public procurement principles and best practices. MHEC contracts are designed to meet the demands and needs of organizations of all sizes. All activities are captured and published at mhectech.org. To the best of our ability, contracts are designed to meet statutory, policy, and administrative requirements, with options to amend as necessary. When using a MHEC contract, the institution has the ability to review and analyze the pricing and services before making a decision to use the contract. With this all in mind, our goal is to provide a turnkey solution, one contract for a total solution with one purchase order, which could save significant staff resources, time, expense, and may even increase staff productivity. Now to get into the details of the MHEC Oracle Master Agreement. The term of the agreement is for 7 years with an initial 3-year term and 4 one-year renewals. The Oracle Master Agreement includes all the requiring contracting schedules for your reference. The schedules are used to define the type of licensing and pricing discounts for your desired solution. As with any contracting document, we encourage you to work with your legal to make sure your order is in compliance with any governing regulations specific to your university or college. Now, let me share with you how we got to this contract. In my current role at the Midwestern Higher Education Compact, I work with a technologies committee made up of over 40 higher education CIOs, technical experts, and IT procurement professionals, where we promote collaboration across the 12 Midwestern states and institutions in technology-related areas for the purpose of furthering education opportunities and services in the region. These subject matter experts identify, discuss, and prioritize common IT issues. These volunteers commit resources and time to solve the most pressing issues. One of the results to addressing some of these issues is maintaining a portfolio of competitively bid IT contracts. In 2014, the MHEC Technologies Committee identified the need to source specialized hardware and administrative software. This Oracle agreement is the result of 2 sourcing work groups charged with the objective of sourcing hardware and software solutions to meet the needs for both higher education academic and business needs. While 2 formal work groups conducted the sourcing activity, many additional subject matter experts also contributed along the way. Let's take a moment to unpack the sourcing process a bit more for the complex hybrid administrative RFP timeline. These subject matter experts conducted the research of all of the alternatives and developed the business requirements of the desired solution. Publishing the RFP in September 2016, the first phase was to evaluate the proposals to determine which vendors should be invited for oral presentations. 6 respondents submitted proposals, and 4 of them were invited for oral presentations. The second phase included follow-up questions, reference checks, and best and final offers on pricing. After careful review, the committee recommended awarding a contract with Oracle for their hardware, software, services, cloud, and managed services. The final phase was to negotiate a favorable agreement for students, faculty, and staff. Knowing firsthand the complexities of these specialized hardware and software solutions, it was also important to have a robust training offering. While all of the contracts are negotiated on behalf of higher education and the 12 Midwestern member states, when the opportunity presents itself, the compact negotiates to extend the contract to the other regional compacts as well. The Oracle Master Agreement is available to higher education, both public and not-for-profit private institutions in the MHEC, NEBI, SRAB, and WICHE regions, 47 states in total. Now, to cover a couple important resources for you, our MHECTech.org website features some easy ways you may access our contracts. When accessing the site MHECTech.org, you may go directly to the category, for example, computer, hardware, software, printers. If selecting the software category, you can click on the specific Oracle page. On the page, you will note some of the contract highlights as well as contract terms and Oracle contact information. At the right are clickable links for contract eligibility, which will take you to an Oracle website with specific MEC-tailored info. It's also important to note that we insert recent news about contracts, RFPs, as well as upcoming regional and national events. Please visit the About section on getting the most value from MEC contracts to receive some valuable tips on purchasing products and services using this contract vehicle. By clicking the contract eligibility links, you will be redirected to Oracle's website, which includes additional contact information for obtaining an Oracle quote, as well as the Oracle Master Agreement and the schedules. It does require an Oracle user ID. If you don't currently have one, you can quickly register to obtain access to the resources. And finally, once it has been determined a MEC contract meets your requirements, request the vendor to reference the MEC contract number on their quote or ordering document. And likewise, include the contract number on your purchase order. If you negotiate additional terms, attach your addendum to the contract and include a copy of the contract and addendum in your procurement file. Now, I would like to introduce our guest presenter from Oracle. Joining us today is Jim Zemaitis, Vice President for Oracle. Jim, can you please highlight how institutions can utilize the Oracle Master Agreement?
Absolutely. Thank you, Nathan. And hi, everybody. Again, Jim Zemaitis here, VP for Oracle's Higher Education Research Vertical. I want to thank you for the opportunity to provide and review a few more of the specifics of the agreement so everybody is very comfortable in using it. We can go next on that. There we go. So the new agreement structure is that of an OMA. We call it an Oracle Master Agreement. The OMA houses all the general terms and conditions, and then also accompanying the OMA are schedules that contain specific terms and conditions that are pertinent and particular to a specific product or service. So in our case here, the new MHEC agreement that we affectionately refer to has an OMA, plus a Schedule H for hardware, a Schedule P for licensed programs, a Schedule C for cloud services, a Schedule S for professional services, and a Schedule M for Oracle Managed Cloud Services. And in addition to that, there's also a pricing exhibit which will show pricing for all the Oracle products and services, so you can see exactly what you'd pay for any product or service that you want to order. And as Nathan pointed out, the agreement is valid for an initial 3-year term with 4 one-year renewal options thereafter. And I believe all of us expect that the renewals are going to happen given the amount of time and effort that the MEC folks, the customer work groups, and the Oracle people put into this agreement. Which Oracle products and services can I procure using the new agreement? Really, it's everything that Oracle has to offer. We have the ability for you to procure licenses. That means Oracle applications like you're used to, PeopleSoft, eBusiness Suite, JD Edwards, Health Sciences Global Business Unit licenses, as well as technology licenses, things that you're accustomed to, database, middleware, security, etc. Also includes cloud services, so you can procure all software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service offerings. It includes hardware purchases, so our servers, our storage, and our engineered systems, Oracle consulting services, any engagement that you want to undertake with our Pro Services organization, Oracle Managed Cloud Services, if you want to hire us to manage a cloud or an on-premise environment, Oracle University Training Services, and Oracle support inclusive of being able to do your support renewals. All can use this agreement. And how do I actually, when I'm ready, place an order using the new agreement? The thing you need to understand on this is you don't have to figure this out on your own. So the easiest and best thing to do is contact your Oracle representative for assistance. And there's a lot of us out there, obviously, and if you don't know who that is, you can contact Nathan, me, or Nikki Anderson. But the way it'll work is you'll reference agreement number, and it's the US-OMA-1164550. That's the Oracle assigned agreement name for the OMA, the schedules, and the price hold that we'll reference. You would actually sign then an ordering document. The ordering document would include the specific product service offering that you want to procure, the quantity thereof, or whatever metric is associated with that, and the price tag for how much it costs. The thing to understand on this that's really great is that most all the detail in the terms and conditions are already in the OMA and the schedules. So the order document that's particular to your particular purchase is extremely light. And when I say extremely light, what we're seeing is it's just going to be a couple of pages on average of about 3, maybe 4. So light ordering document to go with the terms and conditions that are already negotiated and in place. With the ordering document, you generate a PO to match what it is that you're procuring, and then we return both of these to your Oracle representative. So that's really it. The goal for this is to be a very satisfactory and rapid experience. And where can I see the new agreement? Nathan gave you a couple slides on that. The agreement is accessible in the Oracle Solution Factory, which really means it sits on a server in Oracle's cloud data center. You can go directly to this URL, which we've got highlighted over here. What you're going to see is, number one, a welcome screen. There's tab 1. Number 2, a contract tab, so you can actually see the OMA, the schedules, and the pricing exhibit document. And 3, there's a contacts tab. So if you have any questions about the agreement or who do I work with from Oracle or MHEC, you'll see Nikki Anderson's contact info, my contact info, and Nathan's contact info. In order to get access to it, you got to register with oracle.com if you don't have that already. But the idea was that you with a .edu, or if you have a state counterpart with a .gov email address, can get in and see these agreements. And if you can't remember this URL, very quickly you can go out to the mchtech.org site, and there's a link over there which will bring it right back to the Solutions Factory. And again, contact info. If I have any questions at all, these are the same people that are listed on the Contacts tab on the Solution Factory where we're housing the agreement. On the Oracle side of the house, a lot of you know Nikki Anderson. She's the application sales manager. She's been working with MHEC in the original contract for over the last decade. You can contact her and ask her. Excuse me. Contact myself, Jim Zamitis. I'm VP on the tech side of the house. We've also been engaged with the initial MHEC contracts over the last decade in the institution relationships. And then on the MEC side of the house, you've got Nathan, who's the Director of Government Contracts, with his contact information here. So everybody's happy to help, excited to have this agreement done and ready to put it to good use.
Great. Thanks, Jim, for providing the highlights of how to leverage this contract with Oracle. We do have the email addresses here. Please, if you have any questions, forward your questions to us. I know this was a brief overview of the sourcing activities. If necessary, I can provide additional details. I appreciate everyone's time for listening to this webinar, and we hope to talk to you soon.